Alright guys, it's time to talk about Arbitrum on the channel for the first time since May the 10th. Now you can see this was the candle that we did the last video. We do find ourselves a little bit lower. We do have this resistance. Now I did adjust this trend line a little bit. Now this goes back to mid-January. So basically this started this trend line a little bit earlier than most cryptos, guys. Most cryptos started around February 3rd. Some trend line. Now, if we were to draw a trend line from here straight down, it would have already broken it. But this one has started, the resistance a little bit earlier than most, and it's a little bit later trying to break. Now, you can see we are at a very, very important, point for Arbitrum. Now, Arbitrum has to break this point. I would say let's push it to about 39 cents. Let's just say if Arbitrum will break 39 cents on a daily time frame, then we can say that this has broken this resistance. So, not sure, but I do think it will break, probably today, but you just never know, guys. It could get a rejection like over here. It almost hit it right here, as you can see. It just maybe by a fraction, really a small fraction, didn't hit this trend line. But again, these trend lines are not 100% perfect, guys. So I'm not going to claim that this trend line is it's everything. Because most influencers, they don't have perfect lines. Nothing is perfect when it comes to technical analysis. I don't care who you are. But anyways, let's see if this can break 39 cents today. If so, then this has taken a really, really big step. Because this has been stuck, like I said, since mid-January, and that is, a little bit more than 6 months. So about 6 months and 10 days it has been stuck under this. And yeah, we also have one more thing playing out here, guys. Basically, you can see a W. Here, you start this W, so something like this, and now it has broken that neckline. So let's do a little bit of a measurement here. I just want to be a little bit conservative, and let's say it's already exceeded the target of what should be a W. So this is doing very well, I can say. I don't know if there's any news sparking this outbreak here, but I have to check their Twitter, I guess. Now, like I said, we can check the X here, and I really don't see anything in the past day or so that would really pump the price of Arbitrum. But I will say I do like Arbitrum. I do have a lot of Arbitrum, actually, and it is a good network. I've used it before, and yeah, so let's go back to the technicals here, and let's take a look at this. Now, I want to look at the RSI and the stochastic here, guys. Let's go from the bottom up. So 15-minute time frame, which is very low, not really reliable, overheated on both, guys. 1 hour time frame, again, overheated on both the RSI and the stochastic, so not good there. 4 hour, overheated as well. Daily time frame, getting overheated on the stochastic, and the RSI is coming up pretty heavily, but in neutral territory. But again, that, I would say this is kind of a mixed signal, and when you're looking at a 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, all overheated, yeah, definitely not good. Now, the 1 week time frame actually looks pretty good, because this, this was pretty much going down for 6 straight weeks. So eventually it has to turn to the upside. So not bad in the weekly. So long term, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more upside here. But yeah, in the short term and maybe even the medium term, it's probably going to stop pumping. Now, I also want to look at the Bollinger Bands here, guys. You can see that it is kind of pinching in. So it may get a little bit of a pop here just because the Bollinger Bands are so close together. As you can see, it was quite wide, but yeah, it's coming in. If we zoom in, this is still coming down while this is turned slightly to the upside. So if we do see this come down a little bit more and get a little bit more narrow, yeah, I think we're going to see this really pop to the upside, guys. And yeah, it really has never been so narrow, at least on a weekly time frame. Here it was a bit narrow, but this is more narrow. So you may see something like this. Now, on a daily time frame, let's just look at that real quick. Let me expand it just a little bit. And yeah, not really pinching. Actually, it's kind of moving away from each other. So on a weekly time frame, the Bollinger Bands do look better. Now we need to take a look at the volume, guys. Arbitrum actually has a lot of work to do. Don't let this red line here fool you, but the point of control is basically up here at $1.10, guys. So we were way off from that point. Now we are in the middle of this candle here. This is basically the third largest candle in all the volume. So we do need to get through this. But basically, let's say once we get above about, let's just say 61 cents, there's going to be a little bit of a free ride up to about $1.07, let's say. And then you're going to have this resistance here. But after about $1.25, the volume really heavily drops off here. Now, when looking at the MACD, guys, on the weekly time frame, this is actually starting to come up. We're starting to get a green candle here. So yeah, I do think this is going to be a little bit longer green period. We haven't really seen that much of a pop as to these candles. We're kind of doing something like this, but I do think we're going to get a little bit of a wave like you see here. So I think it's going to be a similar pattern. Let's look at the daily, starting to come up actually pretty heavily here. So that is actually good. We do have 3 days of green. We did have kind of a green period back here between the 10th of June to the 13th of June, but mostly, since 18th of May, this has been pretty red. But yeah, it does look like it's going to start, coming to the upside. Let's see, the highest that this has ever been really is up here at about 0.23. So this is still sitting below the neutral level at 0. So this could run a long way, guys. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, I just want to say, please take a look at the description. You can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have many exchanges that I'm working with. I'm working with 10 exchanges, guys, as you see here. And also, you can get Moodix here. You get a free 7-day trial. And you can follow me on X, guys, with this handle. Now, if we take a quick look at Arbitrum and the tokenomics, guys, this is the number 57 coin. So it's not small, guys. It's having a very good day, 23% up at the moment. Earlier today, it was only about 14 or 15%. So yeah, looking pretty good. You can see I'm down actually with this coin personally. My average cost is, it says 63 cents. But guys, I'm not including all the staking that I've had in this coin for years. So I'm sure this is not completely correct. Usually I change my little bits and pieces, for example, into BNB or something else, guys. So yeah, I do think my average would probably be about 50 cents, honestly. But I'm still down, of course. So the max supply, guys, is 10 billion. Not too bad. That's pretty much, the max that I really want to see usually. Circulating supply is about half that. So they could dilute this a little bit, of course. Hopefully they won't. But yeah, all the coins have been created, as you see here. And all-time high was about $2.39 about a year ago. That was when we were having good times. Now, it's about 84% down. So, again, I usually say that I don't think coins that are about 80, 85, 90, 95% or even higher are going to make it back to their all-time highs at this point. But this still isn't that old of a coin. So it still may have a chance. It's a very good project, guys. A very good network. So, yeah, do I think this one could be an exception? Yeah, definitely. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin here, guys, you can see that on the daily time frame, we kind of have a little bit of a flag here playing out. And are we breaking it or not? Let's see. Maybe tomorrow we'll find out. I do believe we will have a breakout. But maybe I will have to readjust the lines a little bit, and maybe this will fall inside those lines. But at the moment, the way I have it, it does look like the flag is actually going to play out, and the target would be up here at about 113,000. Now, keep in mind, we still haven't hit the target over here from the huge cup and handle that we had, that we basically formed over about 3 or 4 years, guys. So we have this target now at 113. And we have this target up here at about 113.5. So yeah, are we about to hit $113,000? Let me know in the comments, guys. Now, taking a look at Ethereum, guys, you can see it is making its way back into this little flag. So we did have a fake out to the upside. We had a fake out to the downside. And I think it's something they say it's like the power of 3, basically. This is kind of the pattern. But anyways, let's see what happens. We do have a resistance coming up at 25.06 over here, guys. After that, you have 25.52, and then basically 26.15. And don't want to get too far ahead, guys, but yeah, today is actually looking very good for Ethereum. So Ethereum, I can say, you know, I'm not really a bull on Ethereum. I don't much care for Ethereum, but Ethereum is actually hanging in there. It's one of the stronger altcoins at the moment. It's the leader of all the altcoins, guys. I hope it does well, but honestly, I think this is probably the last good cycle for Ethereum. Now, the total market cap is coming up to a resistance, and I should say excluding Bitcoin, coming up to this resistance at 1.14 trillion, guys. Let's see if it can break it today. I do think it will, actually. We do have a gap here, though, I do want to say, for Bitcoin. Now, this gap isn't very big. Let's see, at 108,270 down to about 107,550. That's about a $700 or $800 gap, guys. I do think it will get filled. You know, we're probably going to see a little bit of a downturn here, fill the gap, and then probably move back up. Now, I do have some good news, guys. We are working on a solid red candle to the downside here for the 3rd day in a row. But let's not get our hopes up, guys. You can see there was 3 red candles here, and it, you know, it's been pretty powerful since then. But we need to break 64.33 here. We need to break this 3-year trend line. And then we need to break 60.46%, guys. After that, I will say we probably won the war now, and altcoins will have an altcoin season. Now, looking at the USDT dominance, it is down for the 3rd day in a row, so it's looking a little bit hopeful here. But we do need to break 4.31% down here. That's where support lies. We need people to spend their money in crypto, and you know, that's when we're going to see the gains, guys. Now, the dollar index is kind of sandwiched between 97.6 and 96.7. Probably going to consolidate here for a little bit, maybe something like this, really. Now, if we look at the altcoin season index, it's actually offline. There's some error here. I can try to refresh this, but right before I refreshed this, when this video started, it was a 22. And yeah, it may still be a 22, but it could actually go up because dominance is coming down. Now, liquidation heat map is pretty tame. 151 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So not too bad. But yesterday we looked at it and it was about 60 to 70 million, guys. So starting to come up as these altcoins start to pump. And yeah, but the main coin still is Bitcoin. So more people are being wrecked on Bitcoin. But you can see others. This is where that dominance with Bitcoin is really going down. And I'm not sure. I think others is like, I think the top 50 altcoins or something like this, if I remember correctly. Now, the next Fear and Greed update will be in about an hour, but right now we're sitting at a 68. Yesterday was a 65, so we have gone up a little bit. I do expect it to go up a little bit more. Bull market peak indicators now is 0 from 30 again, and that's because the Bitcoin dominance has gone down under 65%, so that is good. Still 100% hold. Now, the best indicator is the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, in my opinion. You know, the green line still looks like it's running to the upside, while the orange line is trying to catch up with it. Now, last night when I looked at this economic calendar, I think I skipped to the week ahead, and I'm sorry for that, guys. We do have a pretty actionable week. Monday, we have PMI and Bostic is speaking. Tuesday, we have Powell, we have PMI, ISM numbers, JOLTS job openings, Atlanta Fed GDP now Q2. We have ADP non-farm employment change on Wednesday. Thursday, we're having an early close on, you know, the stock market. So, you know, we still have a lot going on. We still have the average hourly earnings. We have jobless claims, non-farm payrolls. This is probably the most important piece of data next week. So, and then we have private non-farm payrolls, PMI, we have ISM numbers, Bostic is speaking. There's just so much going on Thursday, guys. Really so much. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video as it is now. And I just want to say that if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys, and check out those exchanges that I have below in the description. And if you want to become a member of the channel, it's only $2, guys. And anyways, I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.